Terça-feira, 18 de julho de 2023, mais conhecido como o dia em que o contrato entre Microsoft e Activision Blizzard se encerraria e a compra teria que ser fechada. E não aconteceu isso, nenhuma das empresas vieram a público para falar nada, dar nenhum depoimento, dar nenhuma pitada, nenhuma sugerida no que está acontecendo, muitas coisas correndo por trás dos bastidores, mas como já dizia minha mãe, notícia ruim chega rápido, eu vou contar para vocês algumas coisinhas que eu extraí do que está acontecendo. Vem comigo que eu a gente tem que entender os pontos que foram colocados no mercado no dia de hoje e também as coisas que estão acontecendo por trás dos panos. Eu soltei um vídeo no meu canal no Twitter mais cedo que eu vou colocar aqui para vocês, legendado em português Brasil, do Michael Patcher, aquele analista que muitos amam e outros odeiam, comentando sobre o que está acontecendo na data de hoje e como o conselho de acionistas da Activision Blizzard deveria se comportar. Mas também comentou sobre a Microsoft estar tomando o caminho correto e o que seria o mais correto a ser feito e como ela deveria fazer, mas que em nenhum momento a Microsoft está cancelando ou desfazendo da compra, até porque a gente sabe que isso não vai acontecer. Então, para a gente entender um pouco melhor, eu separei, extraí alguns insights, algumas coisas que vieram dessas informações que a gente recebeu também no dia de hoje, inclusive do vídeo do Michael Patcher. Então, que tal a gente assistir esse vídeo e comentar sobre ele? Se liga aí.
There's a back channel deal going on, and I don't know what that deal is going to end up being. The contract that Activision and Microsoft signed by its own terms can be terminated. It doesn't terminate, but it can be terminated on July 18th. That's Tuesday. So on Tuesday, Microsoft can walk away and pay $3 billion, or Activision can demand that they be paid $3 billion and terminate the deal, or both parties can do nothing. Now, a lot of us, I among them, a lot of people thought that Microsoft would force a closing prior to July 18th. The FTC certainly thought that. That's why they filed the injunction request in district court, and that's why they filed an emergency appeal, both denied. But they thought the deal's closing by Tuesday. Bloomberg has reported the deal's closing by Tuesday. But what we don't know is whether Satya Nadella made a deal with the CMA to honor their request to review a restructured deal, which is a carve-out of Game Pass. And maybe the deal gets extended. The new date, according to the CMA, is August 29th. So maybe we have another 5 weeks. We'll find out. Activision can request termination. That doesn't mean they will. If I'm Activision, I request termination. I send my shareholders $3 billion. And then I say, now that the money's gone, it's still $95. Essentially, they get $3 billion more. I don't think it makes sense for them to allow Microsoft to extend for nothing, but they might, just in the interest of comity. And you quoted Lewis Carroll sort of. It's curiouser and curiouser, and it is curious. I don't know what the outcome's going to be.
I mean, comity would seem to be a good thing in this context, wouldn't it, Michael? I mean, it's like, I'm not familiar, obviously, with the world of high-power CEO and multinational tech companies, but why would you screw the person who you're trying to merge with for $3 billion?
Well, screw is probably the wrong term. Microsoft signed a deal. They're big boys. Activision agreed to the deal, and the deal said, Activision, you're going to put your business on hold for 18 months and do nothing. And if in 18 months we can't close a deal, you have a right to $3 billion. That right springs in their favor on Tuesday. I actually think their board should demand the $3 billion. And I think if Microsoft asks to extend to August 29th, they should pay for the privilege. We can divide $3 billion by 18 months and say another 5 weeks means, another couple $100 million, fine. But something. I think it's unfair to Activision shareholders to sit and wait for their $95. So yes, I agree you don't bite the hand that feeds you, but what's Microsoft going to do if they say $3 billion more? Walk away? No chance. No chance.
Really though? Because couldn't it go the other way? And I know that you're, incredibly well connected within that industry, but I would imagine that couldn't Microsoft say, instead of the way that you described, that they're paying $3 billion more, what if they were to say to Activision $3 billion less and just whack the $3 billion off the total purchase price?
Of course. They could say take it or leave it. They could do all sorts of things. Interestingly, Activision was $62 when this deal was announced, so it sounded like a big premium. But Take-Two was down near 100, and they're at 150 right now. EA was down around 100, and they're at 130 right now. So if anything, the sector has gotten more valuable since Microsoft made the offer. In the interim, Activision has crushed numbers. I mean, every quarter they've just crushed. And they've got Diablo in the market right now. They've really done a great job. So I don't see Microsoft, trying to underbid. I don't see them lowering the bid. I could see them saying, look, we have to appease the CMA. We can close Tuesday and poke them in the eye. But if we agree with them to give them 5 more weeks, everybody gets along and we're allowed to operate, and Activision might say yes. But again, I say there is zero chance an Activision shareholder gets less than $95.
Então, baseado no que ele comentou, vamos extrair